Good shit. Welcome to the Smokers Lounge, where we smoke a lot of weed, we talk a lot of smoke. I'm your boy Los, the host with the most smoke. And today, we have Monique and Luis in the building, y'all.
Friday, guys.
What's good? What's good? Shit. What's today? It's
Friday.
Friday. All right. Happy Friday to everybody. Tap in. Tell us what you smoking and how you smoking it. Yeah, we appreciate everybody for fucking tapping in. So what's good? What's new?
Well, it's Friday.
Uh-huh.
It's been a weird week for me, that's for sure.
Is that right?
Yeah, just medical stuff. So it's just been a long week.
Yeah. Luis,
Got it.
how you feeling over there, brother?
Oh man, I had a good day today.
Nice.
Yeah?
You know what I mean,
Why?
I got the kids that I cooked for them.
Oh, you were off today.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Enchiladas.
Ooh, did you make them?
Yeah.
We have somebody we're gonna be calling in we're gonna be calling somebody today, man, talking about their DMT experience that they just recently had. Luis, you interested in this DMT experience?
Yeah. Sounds kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Are you wanting to try it?
Yeah. I was.
Okay.
You
I was
say
really-
yeah.
I was really thinking about it because I hear these crazy stories.
Oh, yeah?
But are they crazy?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Well,
What makes them crazy?
that we don't see them every day.
Oh,
Yeah.
Not normalized to us.
You got to turn
yeah?
those down.
Oh.
Hey, so fucking DMT I hear it's nothing like taking mushrooms. You know what I'm saying?
I've
That
not
shit's crazy.
done mushrooms on an accelerated level, so I can't say what that feels like. So but if you can't even compare the two, so it doesn't even matter.
Right.
But I like that video that we watched that you keep sending me, and when they ask him the question, and then he's like, and then they're like, it has no.
He said, have you ever done mushrooms? He was like, yes. He was like, good, because this is nothing like that.
Yeah, and,
And it was like, well, what the fuck was that question for then, dude?
Yeah.
Like,
that was hilarious.
Just so you know the difference.
yeah.
I guess so.
So, yeah, man, fucking, it's something that you want to do. I think it's something that you're going to have to try and experience. I don't know if everybody's ready for something like that, man.
I think you
You
have
know.
to be optimistic in the sense that you are open to the third eye and what it means and, so to speak, reveals. But other than that, it sounds like an liberating experience, I guess you could say.
Right.
But again, not all, not 100% of people react the same, so it's hard to know. But from everything we've watched, from the person that we know that experienced it, it seems to be euphoric.
Yeah.
And we'll have to see.
Yep.
We'll have to see.
So we're gonna get him on the line here and talk about his experience. But before we do that, what we would like you to do is take the time to smash that like button. If you ain't subscribed, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Notification button is a must. Tap in right now what you smoking and who you smoking it with and what you smoking it out of, man. This is the Smokers Lounge. We
Yes.
appreciate everybody for tapping in and smoking with us. Good shit. You know what I mean? Fucking Luis, he's over here taking dabs. What you got, bro? What you taking dabs of? You got some live rosin?
Some piña colada sauce.
Some some sauce. Some
okay,
pina
okay,
colada,
okay.
huh?
That shit tastes so good.
Hell yeah. Where did you get that pina colada?
Connected
Oh, right here in Stockton, huh?
earlier.
Nice.
The fucking
nice.
Loco Dispensary. Big shout out to Connected. Good shit.
So guess what, guys? I'm getting a tattoo.
Oh shit.
I'm getting a tattoo.
What you
on
getting?
Tuesday.
Oh yeah?
Getting.
I'm gonna get one right here of the Libra scale.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I do really believe in the universal forces and
Well,
the zodiac.
Speaking of the
And-
universal forces, we're gonna get the guy on the phone right now that fucking just traveled through the universe.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Force. So,
Per se.
however, But good shit.
I believe him.
Yeah. When you getting your tattoo?
Tuesday.
Oh, on Tuesday. It's already set.
It's already set.
It's already
Deposits
set in
paid.
stone.
Yep, deposits paid. He said if so, we're two of us are going, and if one of us doesn't show up, they automatically take our deposit.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So we
Oh,
both
so
have
you
to
gotta
go.
show up
We
now.
gotta show up now.
You can't pussy
Yeah,
out
but-
now. All right, let's see.
Nervous.
Let's get this guy on the phone, man. Yeah. Oh, those might be empty,
What's the
sir.
what's the green one?
That's what I want.
Oh, you got one in
Not
there?
empty.
Oh, an empty one.
Oh,
Hey, sir. This is an unknown caller. No, this is the Smokers Lounge. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing good, bro. How you doing?
Good. So, this is the guy who recently took the DMT and had
A
an
week ago,
a week
right?
ago. It's been a week ago. When today?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
No, actually, that was Sunday.
Because you were off Monday.
Maybe you
he-
lost track of time and space.
He remembers.
Oh, I lost time. I lost time of track. Okay.
Time doesn't exist.
Right. Well, so Luis is very interested in this because he's thinking about going on his own journey.
You know, I would encourage anybody who's interested just in seeing what something like that is like. I mean, you can't listen to other people and say, okay, this is how it's going to be. You can't judge it by everybody's experience. If it's something that interests you, just be prepared and don't expect anything other than what you want out of that experience.
Right.
You know what I mean? Or what you get out of it, not what you want, because it doesn't give you a choice.
Now, would you suggest and encourage people to do it in a place they're familiar with and with people they're
Absolutely.
comfortable with?
Absolutely.
Let's talk about the
Because,
journey, man. Let's talk about how this happened because we planned
Well,
this. This was planned.
To me, the journey is the second part of it.
Right.
Okay, the first part is just the explosion of energy that you feel.
Okay, but what's the first part? Like after you're taking it, so there's levels.
Yeah. Okay. Well, so if we're going to take it down to levels, then we'll take it to the first level. Okay. So you're smoking the DMT, which is, you're having visual effects. For me, everything just looks super organized. Everything looked clean.
Well, thank you, sir.
Colors were vibrant. And you could almost just feel a different thickness in the atmosphere. You can almost like see space time. I don't know how to describe it, but I'm just going to do the best that I can. And you just, you could almost cut space time. Like it's almost, you can divide it. You can see it. You can see the way it's built. You can see the way it's put together, here. And, and for a while I was like, okay, this is pretty nice.
You thought you was there, huh?
You do have like a euphoric feeling of just being there. You're still in control, So you're just enjoying that part of it,
And that's
And
that's
so-
phase one.
That's if it's even phase one yet,
Right.
So it could be like 0.5 phase or something.
Yeah.
So that's what it's like initially, and then you try to go a little deeper and stuff, and so you're hitting it a little more and you're hitting it harder, and then you just take that next step, and that next step is just it's just a whole nother level at that point. Like, of course, we're talking about levels, so yeah, so.
I mean, that sounds crazy
So,
to.
what would you say it tastes like? Is there any taste to it?
For me, there was no real taste to it. It was
Mhm.
more of like a sense of feeling in the nose, So like, I don't know. It's just, it was more of a feeling in the frontal part of my face that you could just, you could just sense, or I hate to say tension in the air. I'm just going to say you could like sense it, like the vibrations. You could start feeling
The
vibrations.
frequency.
Like
Would you say a frequency?
and I've heard that's what they've called it. Maybe that's what that is, but definitely it's something that you can't see, you can't smell, you can't taste, but it's there.
Nice.
Yeah.
You know that there's a change in the atmosphere, or the change in whatever's going on around you.
Nice.
You're more aware of it. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
So second
So,
phase, right? Was the second phase is this because there was a because I was in here. Okay, this was a
Yep,
plan.
we
This was
experienced it
planned and
together.
controlled, right? I don't know if like we can
I
even
don't say
controlled.
controlled. I would say
No.
it was in a familiar,
It was
safe
It
environment.
was guided.
Guided.
It was more of like yeah, it was
Yes.
guided. Like we
Right.
knew what we were doing, and you know, I was there to do it, and then you know, Carlos, you were there to just kind of make sure things didn't go wrong. But it turned into more than you just not making, you know, just you making sure that things didn't go wrong.
Yeah.
You know, you became more a part of it than, and I think you're aware of it.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
because I seen the second phase start happening, right? Because he started like he started like fist pumping in the air, and then
Yeah.
it really, you know, then both hands started going. He got up and started doing this like dance,
But that's the last thing I
and it looked like a
remember
ritual.
but that's the last thing I remember in how can I say it, in this world, in this reality.
What the
Yeah,
fuck?
that's the last thing I could remember. Is I remember starting to feel like this energy and this rhythm, and so I started pumping my hands, and then it was gone, and then in my head, okay, I remember like standing up, and I remember seeing these spirits around us in a circle. I couldn't make out faces. I couldn't make out, you know, but it felt very tribalish. I'm just gonna say, and you know, and and they're doing this chant, and I'm feeling that chant, and I'm having an understanding of this is what needs to happen in order for me to go to the next step. And at that point, you know, as I'm looking back, I realized that you're there, and it gave me a security, almost like,
Yeah.
okay, Nick, you know what they're doing. Now you know Carlos is here. You know, he's here to guide. He's here to watch the body as you go wherever the fuck you're going. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oops, did I say anything? Anyhow, so and then it was just being, you know, just man, there's just the feeling of your spirit leaving your body was is the only thing I could put into words, and even this is probably stupid, but a spiritual fucking orgasm.
So would
Nice.
Hell yeah.
with the out of body experience, did you watch that movie Soul? Is it
I
similar
haven't
to
seen
that?
it yet. I know which one you're talking about. That's
You-
the Disney movie.
You can't
right?
compare it to something like
But
that.
in the sense that,
Yeah,
you know what
it's
I mean?
possible.
Like
It's the
to
soul.
me, that was an outer body experience
Oh,
movie.
yeah.
If you really
Right.
watched it in the sense of what is experiencing, and
Yep.
you know, you're still aware of what's going on.
How long does it last?
Oh,
How long? Well,
okay.
that's-
Yeah. So, talk to
It-
us
it
about
depends on
how
whose
long
eyes
it
you're
felt.
looking
He's not
through.
even, man.
This is just the beginning. This
Bro.
is when he started.
He felt like it was for. What was it? What'd you say?
There's no. It's not linear time at that point. You know what I mean? It's not time where you can count from second to second to second to minute to minute to minute to hours. It's just forever. You know, that's the only way I
Infinite.
can put it into words. It's just there's no. It's not time in the way that you think of time.
Right.
Because, you know, and that's something that I wanted to kind of, you know, talk about, and we could talk about it a little bit later, you know, with Carlos on his end of the experience, because, you know, right now we're talking about what I experienced, but
Yeah.
in my mind, you know, this was something that happened over, it was a very extended period of whatever you want to call it. I was away for a while, let's just put it that way.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, and then I wanted to ask, you know, okay, on your end, Carlos, you know, like, what did you see? What did you feel? Like, how long was this? You know, like, because,
Well, I
you
seen
know,
the changes. You know what I mean? I
Because
seen
when
the
this
different
ritual
levels.
was happening, okay,
Right.
when I'm here chanting with these spirits, and I'm watching you, and you're like, you know, just, okay, Nick, you're there, you know, you're doing it, you're just be calm, you know, you're just, you know, and I understand what was happening at that point, you know, and like, to me, like that in itself took forever. It took forever to get the spirit out.
Right.
It took
It felt like
was a while.
hours, right? Is that what you said?
It took work. It took work. It took like the energy that you feel, you know, as it's like almost an eruption, you know, like
Yeah.
it's just building and it's building and it's building and you could feel it, and you know,
Well,
and
each
it
pump,
feels like you're
you started very lightly like this, And then it got aggressive, bro, and the chair started moving, and then both hands started going. Then you stood up, bro, and you was like, I was like, oh shit, this fool's like, I said he's I was like, he's doing a ritual, dude.
I'm taking off. It was very, and I've never been into a ritual. I've never done any type of chanting or anything. But
you're not even spiritual. Before this,
I'm
was
not even
spiritual.
a spiritual person. I wasn't even a spiritual person. Like I believe people have rituals and stuff like that. But this was I don't know how I knew what to do, but I knew what to do. You know what I mean?
Crazy.
Like I knew what to do. I knew what was happening.
Yeah.
It felt very natural, and it was scary. Don't get me wrong. So you have to understand that
you wasn't even at this place at that time. You were somewhere else, right?
No, we're still there. I still know where we're at, and I still, it was when I actually exploded out of myself when I shot through this, and the only way I can describe it is just this vortex, and the minute you feel yourself leaving is just, and then it's boom, you're gone. You're crazy. Gone, and you're not in your body no more.
Wow.
Like, and like you guys know me. I've never been like, I've been pretty much a skeptical person. I've got to see it, touch it, feel it.
Yep. You got to try it for yourself to fucking find out.
To believe it and stuff like that. So, yeah. When I was out of my body, I was out. There was, the body was there, and I think there was still a connection, but my consciousness, my consciousness was not there. Whatever the body was doing was not in my control at that point anymore. Like whatever happened to it, whatever was going on, I couldn't. There was no way.
It was on pilot mode, bro.
In control. It was exactly.
It was on pilot mode, bro. I seen
the body was just on pilot mode, man.
Yeah.
I seen it for myself, man. That shit was crazy.
It's interesting what the mind and body are capable of doing.
So I guided him to sit down on the couch because when it was happening and stuff, right? Because he looked like he was, I said, bro, sit down. And he couldn't. I don't know if he can understand me. And I was like, bro,
it's
there.
It's like I heard you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like I heard you, and it grounded me, and it made me feel a little safer where I was at consciously.
Yeah.
To where the body was at.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
And so what ended up happening after this point is, you know what I mean? As far as the chanting, and then boom, you said you exploded.
And then boom. It's like being shot out of a cannon, but it's not. It's just like what I seen was blue light and just boom, you're just flying through it,
That's crazy.
And then you hit, and then you go, man, and then you go.
So did you have one part of the experience you said you, I guess, enjoyed the best?
I think for me, the best part of it for me, and there's a few that I'm gonna take for it, but when you're leaving that feeling, that, like I said, that spiritual orgasm, like that was
you said
incredible.
it with a smile.
The amount of energy that you feel leaving like that was, it had nothing to do with emotion. It was just raw energy. It was just like your body, letting go of your body and feeling your inner self, your consciousness just turn into energy. It was a transformation, and that was I've never felt anything like that. This whole journey thing was just something. There's so many points in it that.
And what's crazy is that after you looked up, you did some research, and everybody is experiencing the most similar things.
A lot. I'm not going to say everybody, but
most.
There's a lot of people out there that experience
the Indians, the chanting, the you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And, they want to know, man, is that third eye real?
Okay, well, let's talk about
the third eye for sure.
Because you don't shoot into the third eye. There's there's levels. Okay, so you're through the chanting. Now you're out of your body, and now you're shooting through this vortex, and then all of a sudden you can feel yourself in different realities. And everything is moving so fast, and you're going through these realities, and you're seeing, and it's like shooting information into your brain. Like you can't comprehend it, but you understand it. And I don't know if you can if that makes any sense. But okay, it's just so much being shot into you that you know what's happening, and you know that this information is passing through you, but and in that moment you understand, but and we're not there yet back, but like to be able to handle that amount, like you've got to be ready for that. It's overwhelming, you know. It's overwhelming. That much information just shoved into you. What feels like forever to me, but I mean,
reality, it lasted like 20 minutes.
It's
in our
crazy.
reality, right?
So,
And what you say now in our
So,
reality.
now, would you say there's a difference between reality and dimensions?
Reality and dimensions.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Dimensions is just, a different reality could be sitting right here with us, but
Just
the
a different
reality in that
So, like the
dimension
Matrix,
is going to be totally different, than what we're seeing. We're not able to see it with the physical body that we think of with sight, with our two eyes, with by touching it. We just move through our reality.
Okay.
But
You experience some of these dimensions, right?
But that's what I'm saying. Like, you can feel yourself entering a dimension, entering a different reality, however you want to call it. I don't know if I can even make sense of the two, but I'm just trying to explain it the best that I can. And you can feel yourself, okay, I just went through one. I've taken as much information as I can from this one. I'm going to the next one. And it's like a whole nother boom. Okay, here you go. Here's this information. You got it? Okay, got it. All right, next one. Let's go.
Shit.
Boom. You're into the next one. And you can feel it. It's like slipping.
Like you're getting
It's like
downloaded.
Slipping. And you're slipping and you're slipping and you're going,
It's like
and I hate to use the word deeper, because deeper you think of just going down, 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 but it's not going down. It's just going, and you're just like pinballing through all of this chaos. But it's like, and it's beautiful though. You can see like all these different shapes and forms of, and the only thing I could describe it is like whatever that dimension is or reality that you're in is the makeup of what it is. Because everyone that you're going through is different, and you're getting different types of information, and that's how you know, okay, this isn't where I was just at. This information is different.
So
you know what I mean?
You said like you don't know, you just understood it. Now was
you
it given
you
to
understand
you?
it, but you're not sitting there and you're like comprehending it, like breaking it down to where you can put it into context.
Is it?
You know what I mean?
But is it given to you in like the English language, like
No,
symbols? Like,
no.
is it just like
well,
what would you-
visually, you're seeing symbols,
Okay.
and it has something to do with the makeup of where you're at,
Okay.
Visually, okay. But like on the knowledge, it's just and that's all you're feeling is I understand.
That's
I know.
crazy. That's crazy.
Super crazy.
And then, so when did you get to the third eye? Because you know what I mean. That is something that's real, right? You reached that level.
Absolutely. And I've always thought of when people say, okay, open up your third eye, like opening up your intuition, just open yourself up to new ideas. No, this is a real.
Before you go
this is a real thing. I'm not going to call it a real physical thing because I don't know if that exists on us physically. Maybe it does with the the pineal gland or whatnot, but like, okay, so there's a moment right before you get to that eye. Okay, so it's a moment of where you've just gone through all of these realities, dimensions, whatever you want to call them, and then there's a moment where it's just like you stop, and it gives you a moment to suck it all in, all of what you've just been through. You get to just like feel it for that moment, and you're everywhere. And you're like nowhere. And
Damn.
it's just this.
Hold on. Before you get into your third eye experience, what was your thoughts and feelings, beliefs before you experienced the third eye experience? That makes sense.
Before, like I said, I mean, for me, I always just thought of it as just terminology and speaking of keeping your mind open to new ideas. You know what I mean? Of just being, just, I guess that would be the only way I could put it. Just, a third eye, keep yourself open to new ideas.
Right.
You know,
Okay.
just Simple. That's the only way I can say it. No,
Okay.
it's not that. Okay. So so you get this moment to where you're everywhere, and then you're taken from that, and this was the final part of the journey for me
Was it scary?
was that third eye.
This was scary.
That was the freaky part, because it takes all of that knowledge that you have for that moment, and it like sticks you all alone in this void, this place. And I can't call it a void. I don't know if that's what death maybe feels like the total emptiness of it's just your conscious and knowledge, and there's nothing else attached to it. There's nothing. There's no attachment to anything else at that point. It's you and that's all you have.
Shit,
That's
crazy.
crazy.
And it is. And then I had that feeling, and then I like looked, and I couldn't tell you the direction because there's no direction. And then I seen the eye, and it was there, and it was closed. Okay, a physical eye, like a physical, like if you look at it and look, and then it popped open, and I seen it, and I was like, oh my God, there's a fucking eye, and then it blinked, and then I was behind the eye, and that was just the craziest fucking thing, because it was like that knowledge that you had right there, it let you feel it. And it was all of it that you took in, all of it through whatever that journey was, where I went, where I go, where I'm pinballing through everything. Okay, you got it all? Here, look at it. Boom.
Shit. That's crazy.
And-
So what did this eye look like? Like a regular eye?
It looked like my eye.
That's
It
probably
looked like
scary.
a regular. It looked like a regular. It was, because when it looked like my eye, but it wasn't on me. I'm looking at it with my two eyes, and
Yeah.
air
Okay, so
quotation.
I believe we talked about this, right? This is when he started screaming for bloody murder right in here, right? He was sitting on the couch.
Yeah.
He put his hand over his mouth. He said, "Oh my God." Then he said,
Because it showed me everything.
"Ah,"
It-
for like fucking
at
3
that
minutes
point-
straight, just
At that point, you were able to absorb whatever that knowledge is, and it was way too much to take in. And it wasn't that I was freaked out or scared or anything at that point. I mean, it was a little scary. I mean, it is, because you're there out in the middle of fucking void or wherever the fuck you're at, and you're having this shit just put into your head at such a crazy speed. You know what I mean? It's overwhelming. So the screaming, that, because I could feel myself like just like, oh my God, like I get it, I understand, I feel it, and
crazy.
and
This sounds like
Man.
a fucking journey that took
what's-
forever.
and just what's crazy is I guess because he had his hand over someone's hand over his mouth.
Oh yeah, I put
couldn't
my
hear
hand,
him.
I put my hand over his mouth.
I
'cause-
couldn't hear him.
Look,
And
because
you-
it's like 2:00 in the morning, right? Because we
it
we
was like
started
12 or 1 for
yeah,
sure.
yeah. Because we started late. He came. We fucking said fuck it. We had some beers and we was like, we gonna do this, right? And then fucking by the time, because he sat here and he did his thing, man, and then boom, when it happened, like it was late. I had to put my hand over his mouth. You're gonna fucking get the,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like you gonna,
Cops called DMT.
yeah, it's gonna
on
sound.
the
No, it's gonna
scene.
sound like I'm, you're getting murdered back here or something, dude. Shit's crazy.
But yeah, so I didn't hear anything in the house, and usually
Yeah,
if
well,
it's loud, I could hear
yeah.
it.
I mean, and that's why I say you have to do it with somebody that you trust. You know what I mean? Because if it had that been, me by myself, I don't know how I would have been able to know how to get back. You know what I mean? Or like,
Oh.
Yeah.
so, and also not only that, like, like if you did it around people you don't know, or people that you don't have like a good vibe with or something like that, like who's going to fucking ground you? You know what I mean? Like who's like, I couldn't have had that experience like without Carlos. So like for me, it was both of us, and it was more than that. And that's some of the questions that I have like for him. Okay. So now that you've seen the eye, and now, you're slowly just drifting back to your own reality,
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's a slow, because it was just like, then I was able to open my eyes, and like, frequency or vibration. I stood up and like the first thing I see is Carlos, and he's just resonating. He's just vibrating, and you can his eye
Dude,
is already
that's
fucking open.
crazy.
Like,
Yeah, he said
like
he seen my
he's
shit
standing
been
there,
open.
and I look at him, and he's looking at me, and without any words, we're just looking at each other, and I know I'm feeling like I nodded my head, like, what we just did, what just
Yeah.
happened, right?
Oh yeah.
And he's looking
Oh,
at
yeah.
me, and
That
the
shit
amount
was crazy.
and you know how I already feel about
Yeah.
you, Carlos, and stuff like that. But the amount of love that I had for him, the connection that we had when I'm like coming back to reality here, was more intense than I've ever felt. With another being at that moment, it was just an overwhelming feeling of just like love. This is my brother. This is my man. This is my
That's right.
you already know,
Well,
and
what's crazy that
So after he came back, right when he
Mm-hmm.
was coming back to, he was on the couch and he was drained. Like I got footage. You know what I mean? And then it's not getting out there.
no, for sure.
Unless
Yeah.
somebody want to
Well,
pay me some good money.
No,
No, I'm just playing.
I want part of that.
Hell yeah.
So
No.
I remember after he told us and shared about it, and then you and I were talking. You says that the what is the word? The stuff that's produced, that your body produces
Yeah.
when you're going like in and out of this is the same stuff that is released when you're giving birth,
Right.
Or when you're
You only
born
experience
and when
it
you
twice
die.
in your life.
Yeah, when you're born and when you die.
Yeah, these
So-
are the only times that
and the
you
only reason I
experience
bring that
fucking
up
DMT.
is because that's why I think babies have that instant attachment, to whoever they're handed to first.
I didn't think about it like that, but that,
You know
that
what I
could
mean?
absolutely be the connection that you have coming out. You just
Mhm.
experienced, and you're attaching yourself to.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think about it that way, but that could definitely be a reality. Right
So
there.
I am your father. Good shit. Is it something, bro, that is this something that you think that somebody should do on a normal? Because this is the first time that you did it, right?
Right.
And you ain't never even heard about it or anything like that, man. And
No,
you was
I
like,
never
I'll
heard
give
of
it a shot. He thought it was
never
gonna be
heard
like
of
some, but it was it life changing for you?
That absolutely, dude. It's reality perception changing. It's an awakening. It's a journey. It's an end. It's a beginning. It's everything, man. I mean, I don't know how to describe it. Like it is. It's a spiritual awakening because you already know I'm not a spiritual person,
Nope.
but that shit put some.
Would you say
puts you-
spiritual or universal?
He said, "Push you in this place."
Man, I know I was a spirit. You know what I mean? But like universal isn't even a word anymore. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what does that apply to? Universal, I mean, you know what I mean?
Universally
Like,
dimensional and
like
within,
multiverse. I mean, there's so many
Yeah.
different things. I don't
That's
have
true.
enough knowledge. You know what I mean? Because like,
You got to go back to find out.
but back to that. Okay, so coming back and stuff, and this is what I'm talking about here. Like, okay, and it was like draining. It took me literally like I'd say 3.5 days to where I felt like I had energy back because like the whole next day all I wanted to sleep. The next day after that I felt tired. The next day after that,
So there's some
and then
side
I
effects.
slowly, finally, I feel like cause dude, like just to go, like
Through space and
the
time.
energy. I don't
it's
know.
draining,
It's-
huh?
It was draining for me.
Well, I'm sure
and I
it
don't.
takes a
that's
lot
what
of
I'm saying.
energy for your body to exert
Yeah.
and do what it
Right.
had to do to go there, come back, and
And it was a 20.
process all this.
In this
And the
reality,
process.
it was 20 minutes, about 25 minutes, man.
And that's
you know?
one of the questions that I had. But Monique, you kind of said it right there. But to be able to process it, now I know what I felt when I was there, and I know the understanding that I had when I was there. But when you coming back with it, you can you're only able to retain bits and pieces, of it. There's no way that the human mind, at least not mine, I don't know who else it might be, but was going to be able to contain or to be able to have that information and just keep it. You can't, like, it's yours. I've showed you. All right, you're awake. All right, now go back. And deal with what you can.
Yeah.
So
Go back
like
to work.
take what
huh?
you can, take what you can out of it. Make the most out of it. Whatever
Right.
it is, but yeah.
Shit,
So,
life changing, he said.
It is, man. It was. It definitely opened up your eye.
Okay,
So,
now would you do it again?
I was just gonna ask that.
for me personally, I won't do it. I won't. To me, it showed me, and it was like, here's a taste of it. you got it. Okay, all right, that's enough. Now you go back. Who knows what would happen if you try to go
Because
again.
this
Maybe
shit's
you
not
can
fake. This
locate
is for real,
a little
right?
more information. Maybe you see a little bit more stuff, but I think with my journey that I had, like it was everything, and it let me feel it, and feeling it was enough. Like maybe some things we're just not meant to just fully understand. As long as you know it's there, you know what I mean. Like, and you can acknowledge it. That's enough. Like maybe we're not meant to fully understand it,
Yeah.
but
Wow.
just a realization of knowing that hey, your reality is just a tip of the iceberg. You haven't seen the rest of it,
Mhm.
That's crazy.
So,
I'm gonna stick to smoking weed, man. I'm gonna stay in this universe.
Right.
As of right
so
now.
some of the
anyways.
questions that I want to ask you, like Carlos. Okay, so like this happened. You experienced. I've already consider you now my spiritual guide.
Right.
Through the multiverse or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
But
So no,
like,
I believe
like,
that I deserve that title, man. You know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
and it's
This is
crazy,
as much
man,
an
because
experience as yours as it was mine.
it's crazy that I understood what was going on when it was happening and the steps that you was at, bro,
What to do.
and what to do. I've never done this, and I didn't study it, but I knew
Right.
fucking what levels of the fucking shit. I didn't know what he was experiencing. I knew where levels he was at, man. It was crazy. It was fucking
Yeah.
crazy.
But,
It was
but
crazy.
okay, but I want to know about because in my mind, I told you what I experienced. Now, with the reality of where my body was at when this was happening,
Oh, you
that's
want to know?
my
You want to know what I
curiosity.
seen?
Like what
We
are
was
you
sitting here-
seeing?
we was
like,
sitting
what are
here-
you feeling?
Right? We was
You know?
drinking, had a couple beers, and the next thing you know, you started like itching your leg and your eyes kind of looked up, and then you went from doing that to like fist pumping, and I said, "Oh shit!" Like he's there now. Like okay, he just broke the barrier because
That's what it
he
is.
was
It is
in a fucking place to where he was still here, right? But like it's a trip, how I say that, right? But once he broke that barrier, I knew it. And once he was in that barrier, man, that's when I got up and I wanted to make sure I was there for him. And I was, you know what I mean? And then when he started standing up and started chanting, he was gonna start walking through the studio equipment and shit. I was like, okay, hold on, man. You know what I mean?
'Cause
I
didn't
fucking grabbed
see-
him and
it
I
was-
held
it,
him.
It was just me, you,
Yeah.
and then it was the spirits around us, man. That's all it was. Everything else.
And there was
everything else
Indians, you say?
like disappeared. There
Yeah.
was no table. There was no roof. There were no walls, man. It was me, you, and a bunch
Yep.
of fucking spirits,
Yep.
bro.
And then you know what's crazy? This is what I said. I was like, it's all right, bro. I was like, you got this. Like, go ahead. Like I knew that
And that's-
fucking there
and
was
that's what I
more to
remember.
it.
And that's why I was able to like take that last step. It was
That's
like,
crazy.
Okay,
Go ahead,
he's
bro.
got my body. I can go. You know what I mean?
That's crazy.
And like
he said,
but to
take this.
me,
Hold my body. I'll be back. Hold my beer.
right? Right? But like
yeah.
that moment that we're there, and I realized what's happening. Like to me, like the energy where I was at was intense. What
Yeah.
was the energy like
Well,
where
fucking,
you were at?
it was crazy in here, bro. Like it was just me and you, bro. But the energy in here was extreme.
Did you say the energy, frequency, both?
It's hard. I don't know, cause to me, like when you think of frequency, you think of a sound. I didn't hear nothing. You know what I mean? But like,
Okay.
you
That
you
you
felt
feel.
it. You feel the energy in here. You don't see nothing, but it's not normal. Especially when somebody starts doing that shit, dude. Yeah, you feel shit in here, dude. Like, yeah, you feel some shit in here, man. That's crazy, and that's crazy.
Yeah. So the moment where I'm gonna say where I stood up is where, the transition. I'm just gonna call it a transition started to happen. Like from that point to the point of me coming back, like I said, I could have been gone. I couldn't tell you how long I was gone. I just felt like I was gone forever. So you're telling me that like the time
Yep.
that it took for me to stand up to the time I'm sitting there telling you, bro, I love you. You know what I mean?
You came back. You was like, bro, I
that's
love you.
about
You
20
came
minutes.
back. You said, bro, I seen everything. He said everything. He said everything, bro. He said He's like, dude, he was a trip. He was like, bro, I love you, man. I was like, wow, what the fuck? I was like, I love
Well,
you too, bro. But you know what I mean?
that's
Like,
Yeah,
was crazy.
Yeah, I know. You thought I was gonna make out with you and shit.
No.
Nah, man. It was just a level of love, like, you know what I mean. That like only like we could have experienced like that. You know what I mean? Like,
Yep.
shit, you had my back. You know, you
Good
had my
shit.
you had my body. You had my body while
Hell yeah.
I was at a
Fucking yeah, that's crazy, man. That's crazy. Luis,
Were you nervous at any point, like, or you know,
Yeah,
were you?
yeah.
No, Carlos. I
Who,
mean,
me?
Yeah, were you
Oh,
nervous? Were you calm throughout the whole?
I was
thing?
calm
Like,
throughout the whole thing, dude.
But were you ever nervous? Like,
Mm,
did that ever cross your mind, or anything? You know.
no, I wouldn't say nervous. I would say I was
Like you're
I was on
heightened
I was
alert?
on I was on alert. I wasn't
Okay.
nervous. I was on alert.
okay.
You know, because there was a time to where, like, after he traveled back into his body and he was sitting on the couch, and you can see it, like, he was drained, and, like, the look on his face, he just had this Joker smile from ear to ear, dude. He was just sitting there smiling, dude, with just this glaze on his face. And he said, fucking, what was you saying? What was you mumbling?
I remember saying something like I've seen everything.
Oh, yes.
I was shown everything, you know, like,
Yeah.
and that's the only thing I could.
And so when
You
he
know,
was doing that, I
the first thing I
fucking
can
looked at it, I
remember,
snapped in his face. I said, "Who are you?" He said,
Hmm.
"I'm Nick." I'm Batman. And, and I asked him who I was. He answered who I was, man. And I was like, all right, he's fine. So I just let him be again. And then, it was a trip. It was a journey, 20-minute journey. To
That's
space
what
and
I'm
back.
saying. Like, you know, for you it was like 20 minutes. To me, I was gone. I couldn't tell you. I couldn't put it into time context, man. It wasn't 20 minutes. I'll just say.
Hey, there you
know
go,
what I
bro.
mean?
Now you can write a book called 20 minutes through space and back. You know what I mean?
20 minutes through the multiverse, huh?
Space and time.
Yeah. But so you went from being a not believer of shit to, okay, so even after he came back, he said, bro, he's like, you was there. He said, my girl was there. You know what I mean? I was like, and he was like, no, he was like, she was here, right? And then he was like, bro, he said, I'm going to call her right now. I said, dude, it's
It was
2
like
o'clock in the morning. I don't know if that's a good idea. He
It was
said,
the more that I was like, I felt like I was everywhere.
Yeah.
I felt like I was there, or she was there with me. Either way, it was like,
but it was
you know,
so
okay,
real, huh? That you had to
Yeah,
call her
but
to ask her.
I did.
When he came,
I
he
had to
said,
call
hey,
her.
he said, did
Like,
you see
you know?
that? He said, you was there, right?
Yeah.
She's like,
because it was so fucking.
how am I
different,
gonna be
you know
there
what
if you're over there? Or so yeah.
I
He
don't
was
know.
like, fuck. He was
Maybe it was
disappointed.
just her spirit projection or some shit. I don't know, but it was real to me. You know what I mean?
Definitely your
He-
subconscious.
He was there.
Yeah,
He was over there with her.
Well, I
But,
mean, we appreciate. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
That's
So
crazy.
I mean,
we appreciate.
that's a generalization of what happened. I mean, but to be able to put everything into words is just not possible. Like if you're ready and you're mentally capable, kind of preparing yourself for this type of journey, you know, yeah, I would encourage you finding out for yourself and seeing what you see, and you know what I mean. And I'd like to kind of get a little feedback on something from a
because
more.
you're not
going
to do it again. Do you think this thing could be addicting?
That was enough. That was enough. You know what I mean?
Is it
was
addicting? You
enough.
think?
That was enough.
Did I what?
You think it could be addicting?
No, I don't. I don't. I mean, maybe for some people, if they want to keep going back and experiencing that, you know, and
Like
over
Joe
and
Rogan
over,
did
but
it in six times in
6
one
times
day.
in one day or something like that.
You know, like that's
yeah, I don't know. You
that's
got to
intense.
build up some tolerance for that. Some people, they want to go back and be able to manipulate it. You know what I mean?
And is that what's called a Mandela
for the
effect?
journey. I was shown, and that's enough for me. I ain't trying to manipulate shit.
Ooh,
You
is
know?
that the new thing? Is that the new set? Let us know. Is that the reason the Mandela effect happened? Ooh. All right. Well, shit, man. We appreciate the call, man,
Thank
and
you
the
for coming in
No
on this
problem.
Friday.
Thanks.
and the fucking
for the journey.
story, dude. Man, I would say we'll do it again, but I guess that's not happening.
Maybe
Shit.
it'll happen.
And I gotta stay grounded. I'm a spirit guide. I can't go. I gotta stay here.
We got Luis in the house. You know, he's
Yep.
interested. Maybe you could spirit guide him, and then we can hear his side and what
Yep.
he's seen and stuff. I'm interested in finding out somebody close to us, their
Right.
perspective.
I've been
You know?
working on my chant.
Trust me, you don't even need to know a chant. They'll tell you what to do.
Shit's
You'll feel what
crazy.
to do. Dude.
That is
It's gonna
so
come
crazy.
natural.
So
Hell
crazy.
yeah.
So,
All right, brother. Well, fucking
Thank you.
appreciate it.
Thank you.
All
Thank
right.
you.
All right.
You guys have a good night. Bye.
Bye.
All right.
Fucking crazy, huh?
So Anna wants you to be her spirit guide.
I'll be her spirit guide. I'm a
She
fucking.
said she needs the hookup and to be her spirit guide.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And Louise needs a spirit guide.
All people need spirit guides.
I will be right here for moral support.
Counseling after. I'm here for counseling after.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Crazy.
I don't know if I would
a-
want to.
I mean, so what do you? I mean, hearing his story and stuff. Like, what is your thought process? And
Like synchronic. Nice.
you know,
Man, yeah. That
like,
movie.
and it's crazy because what he's experiencing. There's a lot of people experiencing the same thing. You know what I mean? The Indians and the blasting to the the vortex and the seeing the eye. You know what I mean? Crazy.
The pineal gland.
The pineal gland. Shit. We got anything, Blaze? Oh yeah, we got something rolling up over here. Are we taking dabs before we get out of here? Dab. Oh, dabbing Monique. Oh, hashtag dabbing Monique.
No.
No. All right. Yeah.
Oh, you?
Yep. I'm gonna go ahead and dab it up for him real quick. Go ahead. Can you? I got this here.
Yep.
Right
I'll
here.
do it.
Hot dab, hot dab.
Hot dab here. No, I'm not gonna take a hot one, but we are gonna take a dab. Was everybody smoking? Is anybody smoking on something out there? Let
What
us
you
know.
smoking on? What you smoking in?
yeah.
And who you smoking
And
with?
let us know fucking your DMT experiences, man. If you have
Right?
one
If
out
you
there,
have one.
you know what I mean? Or
And-
that's crazy.
And not that we don't want to hear about your shrooms experience, but you know it's not the same.
Right.
So only if you've truly done DMT,
Right.
that would be interesting to hear. Or message.
Yep.
If you don't want to necessarily put it out on the live, message with your story.
Yep.
And let
Yeah.
us know.
Crazy,
'Cause,
huh?
Man, I think I'm nervous because I'm always thinking about portals. And what if you unintentionally do something without even realizing it, and then you don't close it on your way back?
Ooh.
And I'm a firm believer in that if you don't, you're gonna have just
Right.
I don't know. Issue. I don't know a word that I want to say, but that's the only reason I think me personally I don't want to, just because I don't know where I'm really
Right.
going.
Well, I mean, shit. You can. I don't even think it matters if you fucking have an idea, man. Like it's good, you
And
know.
that's true too. Like I don't know for
I
sure.
don't-
I'm
you know what I
speculating
mean?
100%.
Right. It's crazy. Fucking
But I am
crazy.
nervous. I
Are you,
would
so
be
are you
nervous.
doing it? Is that what you're saying?
No, that's why I said no. That's why I don't want to do it. It makes me nervous. But obviously, you're a good guy. You're calling yourself.
Yeah, well, shit. I've been dubbed the.
Oh, you've been dubbed.
Yeah.
You've been knighted
I've been knighted.
as a spirit guide. Oh yeah, sir, spirit guide.
Don't even fucking play. That might be my next tattoo.
Oh my
No.
God, on his
It's
thigh.
gonna be the all-seeing eye, and it's gonna say "Spirit Guide" right there.
Oh
right.
my
Ooh.
gosh.
Don't even play. Seriously, it's gonna be my next shit.
Spirit guide.
Well, for sure, your next tattoo
Right
is
on my
gonna be
forehead.
oh my
That
God.
way you see it. I'll tell you.
What movie is that somebody does have the tattoo in the middle of the eye? Wait, who's the guy in the Marvel movies? He's burgundy, and then they take the thing out of his middle of his forehead. Yeah.
Burgundy.
Oh, and he's with the Wanda. Is it Wanda?
Green chick. The green chick.
You got your movies right.
Right?
I
He's lost.
I took a hard left.
Look, Anna said, "Get that tattoo on your lower back like a stab trap."
Oh hell no! Spirit Guide. Not guiding no spirits this way. Sure the fuck not.
Oh, that's hilarious.
That's hella funny. We appreciate everybody for tapping in.
Yes, thank you on this Friday night. It's getting hot up in here.
Yep.
We're smoking still though,
Yeah.
because that's
Yep.
just what we do.
Yep. So we got some shit coming up. I think we got something coming up. We got some surprises coming up. Yeah. But other than that, shit, we appreciate everybody for tapping in.
Yep.
Luis, you got something to say?
Nah, man. Thank you guys for tuning in, man.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Mm-hmm. Happy Friday,
Monique?
guys.
Good.
Friday.
Yep.
We out this bitch, y'all.